Well, we're all of us aware of what happened to Tyree Nichols on January 7th. We know on Friday they released the actual video recording of the beating, and everybody was saying, "What about the white officer that tased Tyree?" And that white officer name is Preston Hemphill. So let's look at it from this perspective. A 7th Memphis police officer has been relieved of duty over the beating of Tyree Nichols, and the department said additional charges are expected in the sickening court-on video beatdown. The agency did not specify the role the officer, who has not been identified, played in the incident, or say whether the person will face criminal or departmental charges. Earlier, it announced that Officer Preston Hemphill had been suspended. However, he has not yet been charged of the crime. Officer Preston Hemphill and other officers' actions and inactions have been continued to be part of an investigation since its inception. The department said in a statement, "We expect the next phase of personnel actions in the coming days." Man, this is crazy. On Monday, this is the white police officer. Hemphill's lawyer, Lee Gerald, confirmed that his client was the white officers whose body camera video from the deadly January 7th traffic stop was released by police Friday. Hemphill was seen firing a stun gun at Nichols as he ran from police, but was not at the second scene where 5 black cops attacked the 29-year-old FedEx worker with punches, kicks, and baton strikes. So officers Tardarius Bean, 24, Demetrius Haley, 30, Emmett Martin, the third, 30, Desmond Mills Jr., 32, and Justin Smith, 28, were fired on January 20 after an internal probe found that they used excessive force and failed in their duties to render aid. Man, this is crazy. But this, I mean, why are we shocked? Why are we shocked at this stuff? The 5 ex-cops have been charged with second-degree murder, 2 counts of official misconduct, 2 counts of aggravated kidnapping, and 1 count of official oppression, and 1 count of aggravated assault. Now, a lot of people was upset because they're saying that the white police officer, why isn't he charged? He also took part in this carnage. But y'all gotta understand something, man. You know, there's different rules in this country. We don't have to, like, we saw how police departments across America handle situations when it's white police officers. We saw the Tamir Rice. I can name so many cases where it takes 2 years, damn near, for the body cam to come out. They have to do grand jury investigations. In this case, because they were black police officers, everything ran in 10 days. But there's, like, we have to understand the police chief here, and maybe why she did it. Because we gotta look at Cerelyn Davis. You know, as a commander, she, well, let's look at it from this perspective. Davis, who became the police chief of Memphis Police Department in 2021, got her start as a patrol officer in Atlanta in 1986. She quickly advanced through the ranks, holding various titles before eventually being named deputy chief. As a commander, she led Atlanta's Special Operations Section, which included SWAT, mounted patrol, motors, ABT helicopters units, vice narcotics. She also led the city's infamous Red Dog unit, according to her biography in the Memphis police site. Now, we all familiar with Captain Johnson, the 92-year-old lady who was killed by the Red Dog unit in 2006 in a botched drug raid. 3 officers went to jail for that. Miss Davis, she was at the head of this. Her tactics and her policing has always been under scrutiny. Now let's look at it from this perspective, right? She also served. Here we go. Yeah, she also served as Atlanta's Police Department Internal Affairs Commander. She was fired in 2008 for her alleged involvement in a botched sex crime investigation into the husband of an Atlanta police sergeant. So now we know that she can't be trusted. Look at this. Another police employee was also fired, and the sergeant Taya Kane resigned before the department decided how to punish her. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution previously reported 2 detectives accused Davis of telling them not to investigate Crane's husband, Terrell Marion T.C. Crane, after the department obtained sexual photos of him with underage girls. A federal grand jury later indicted T.C. Crane on charges of producing child pornography. He pled guilty to 1 count in 2009. Now, she urged them not to pursue it. So a lot of things that she said we already can't trust. She was at the helm of Captain Davis and the Red Dog unit down in Atlanta at the time. So the federal indictment was issued after Atlanta police took no action in the case. Through an investigation by the city later pointed to Davis largely as the reason. The then chief, Richard Pennington, first demoted Davis from major to lieutenant before firing her. She challenged her firing before the city's civil service board and was ultimately reinstated. She retired from the department in 2016, took the job as the Durham, North Carolina police chief. How do you get that job after all of these allegations and all this stuff is going on? But let's look at what happened when she got over there. Police held it. Police held a meeting in Durham's McDonald Terrace neighborhood Monday in an attempt to foster trust between residents with officers after a man was shot in a struggle, police said. Frank Nathaniel Clark, 34, of Durham, was shot by officers, and Officer Monte Sutherland suffered a leg injury in a confrontation. According to Durham Police Chief C.J. Davis, Sutherland and 2 other officers, Christopher Gross and Master Officer Charles Barkley, but not the basketball player, were in uniform but in an unmarked vehicle on patrol in the area when they encountered Clark and stopped to speak with him. During the conversation, Clark made a sudden move towards his waistband, and officers engaged in a struggle with the man. During the struggle, the officers heard a gunshot, and the officer fired his weapon, Davis said. Neighbors who witnessed the shooting questioned the DPD's version of events, saying Clark did not reach for a weapon. As he was about to turn around, they held him. They held him and a gun went off, a witness said. He didn't shoot no gun. If he did have a gun, he didn't shoot it. In days following Clark's death, residents of McDonald's Terrace voiced concerns about their interactions with police and said there was lack of trust. Police hope Monday's meeting will strengthen the relationship. Now, this was the thing, that when she went over there, the same things that was carried over in Atlanta carried over into Durham. She had the same issues to the point where she had to leave, to the point where she left there and then became the police officer over here in Memphis and then created the Scorpion unit. And we all see how that turned out. So, man, listen, man. A lot, I didn't report on this because I wanted to wait till I really see a lot of stuff come out. But you guys already know. You guys already know how this goes, man. They're gonna attempt to make police brutality the face of black police officers. Where we all seen what Michael Slager did. We all seen what Betty Shelby did when he shot Terrence Crusher. We all saw that police officer that shot Tamir Rice. I mean, I can go on and on for years. We already know that there's 2 different sets of rules. And this, just because she's a black police officer doesn't mean that she's down with us. She has a whole history. She was fired for covering up a child molestation case, for crying out loud. It's public record. It's not me hating on a woman. But we got to be real careful. Man, this is crazy, man. But as more of this stuff come out, I'll report more. But I just wanted to bring this to you guys' attention out there. Make sure you guys leave your comments in the comment section. Tell me how you feel about her not taking action when she was in the Red Dog unit, to pursue the case where the feds had to come in because one of the officers was found with molestation of a child. She didn't do anything. She was head of the Red Dog unit when the 92-year-old Catherine Johnson was killed. Then she went to Durham and they helped cover up a shooting of Frank, of a 34-year-old black man. Then she come to Memphis, and everywhere she goes, trouble follows this woman. But I'll cut it short here. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. All right, remember.